Is it going to be delicious bread?
It's gonna be delicious.
It wasn't delicious last time. So it has been a week since the last time I tried to make a disastrous loaf of bread. Well, technically I didn't try to make the disastrous loaf. I tried to make a loaf of bread and it was a disaster. It's been a week since the last time I tried to make sourdough, and we all know how that turned out.
What went wrong?
I don't know. Last time I used a recipe that I found online which called for a 50% hydration dough, and I don't know if that's what this starter even has, so today I am using the recipe that came with the kit. Unfortunately, this recipe makes 4 loaves of bread and calls for over 9 cups of flour, and after feeding a sourdough starter, I just don't have that much flour to spare. So I'm gonna be cutting this in half and only making 2 loaves. Benko's actually doing quite nicely. I don't know if you can see, but there's a ridge where he has risen up and then fallen back down. Full disclosure, I was awake at 4 o'clock this morning to drive my parents to the airport, so I actually saw him at his peak, but I didn't take any footage. But at least the evidence is there. This recipe, like most recipes I've seen now, does call for an overnight rest, 6 to 10 hours. Next time, we'll see how it's risen. I'll divide the dough. I'll put 1/2 in the refrigerator so I can make it another time, assuming that it turns out this time. All of a sudden, all my confidence is draining out of me. There was so much going against this bread, and now all of a sudden I'm remembering all of that. But now I'm just scared. Okay, it's fine. I'm learning a new skill. It's going to be okay. If I fail at this one, I'll just make bread pudding. You know what? Paul Hollywood is not grading this bread. It's going to be okay. So I actually just realized something. When we started, I had accidentally bought the wrong flour because I meant to get wheat flour and I accidentally got this flour. But this is actually bread flour. This is what the recipe calls for. So, I mean, it was a mistake, but at least I still get to use it. It's not like a waste. That is so much flour. Tablespoon. A 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm gonna pour the hot water here because just in case it's still too hot, I want to make sure Benko won't die. Whoop, well that didn't work, did it?
You know how to cook, you know how to bake already, but this part of the learning experience for you is you gotta be patient, even when we're filming cooking. I'm sorry, that sounded a bit preachy.
No, it was fine, you're right. You're not wrong. Oh my god, it's so sticky.
What's on your mind?
I just don't know what I'm doing, and it just seems like everything I'm doing is messing up. I'm pretty sure I've killed the yeast already. My hands are all sticky. Well, at least if I've killed the yeast already, I have finally defeated my nemesis, plastic wrap.
Good job.
Thank you. Do you think it rose at all?
It's hard to tell. It hasn't been very long.
It's true, only half an hour. Okay. So form it into a ball. Oh my god, it's so much dough. Just gonna gather some flour preemptively.
That's so beautiful. I don't know why dough is so beautiful.
I mean, it's life. Oh, there are some bubbles. I swear I just saw some bubbles.
I heard the bubble pop. Not dead.
Not dead. He's alive!
Yes.
Oh my god, there are bubbles. I'm so happy. Oh, there's some bubbles. Oh my god, there's a huge bubble. That's what I call bread. Okay, I'm gonna rest it inside of here though. Oh, is this the last one? Yeah. Ooh. It's just absolutely wild to me how easy it is for me to think, did I screw this up already? I thought since I don't have an actual proving drawer and it's cold where I'm living right now, I thought I'll just pop the oven a bit, turn it off, have some steam in there, try to like create a proving drawer effect.
Rise, my pretty.
And now the dough's dry. I think it doubled in size. The recipe wants it to triple. I'm preheating the oven now for actual baking. I'm gonna coat the top in olive oil because that was in the original recipe. And we're just gonna see what happens, because if this goes bad again, I have another loaf that I can work with that's in the fridge. So let's see what happens. Okay, last time I think a mistake I made was not slashing the bread deeply enough. So I'm gonna try to do that this time. Into the oven. It's been 15 minutes. If it's not golden brown, we can give it another 5. At least when the steam is working. Yep, let's give it at least another 5 minutes. Getting closer. This really is my least favorite part of baking, when you have to like wait for 5 minutes, check on it, wait for 5 minutes, check on it. Okay, like it's looking good. It's looking okay. It's looking fine. Another 5 minutes. Ah, check. Not done, check, not done. Yeah, that's good. And you know what? It smells good. Awesome, okay. We turn the temperature down now. Awesome, cool. See you in 20. Oh, look at that. I just Googled it, and the internal bread temperature that we want is approximately 190 degrees, so got my instant read here. Oh yeah, we're good. Bread coming out. I'm just gonna say this one looks so much better than the last bread that I attempted to make. I'm gonna let this cool for a few minutes and then I will take it off, put it on a rack and let it cool for even longer, and then we'll open it and hopefully it will be baked. I did temperature check it this time, so chances are a lot better. Like it never happened. It's so thin. Why is it so thin? Where did I f up this time?
You can post it to Reddit and see what they say.
Okay, time to cut it open. The crust is crusty. That's a good sign. Still pretty warm. I'm pretty sure the very middle is underbaked. Not as underbaked. Like maybe if I let it cool, we might be okay. I bet it was a proving problem.
Are you gonna eat it?
Yeah, we can eat it. I thought because I cut the middle that the inside would get cooked first. So I guess I temp checked the side because I thought that would be like more difficult. And the outside looks good, but the... How is it?
It tastes really good.
Really?
Mm.
Okay, okay. That's good. I'm gonna eat it now. Like, it's definitely heavy, but it is good. This is edible. Yeah, it has that sourdough tang. Maybe third time's a charm. You're just like, I'm eating bread. Life is good. Okay, well, I'll try again later. Today, I used the other half of the dough that originally I had put in the refrigerator to make another loaf of bread. On this side is the bread I made yesterday. Even though it's been cooled overnight, it's still kind of doughy in the middle. I mean, it's a little stale now. It's still pretty, just doughy. And it's perfectly edible. This is all from the new loaf. We ate half of this yesterday. It was delicious. And then today, I got a little bit more rise, which was really nice to see. And it's way more cooked inside. This time I did, when I measured that it seemed the right temperature, but time wasn't quite up yet, I did end up saying, oh, I'll give it 2 more minutes. And then accidentally, I think it went 7 more minutes. So the top is a little more, let's say, varnished. I mean, it still tastes really good. It still smells really good, like sourdough. The texture is a lot better. It still doesn't have any of the height that I think I would want. There are 2 possibilities. One is that there just wasn't enough dough, that the recipe thinks I'll have a smaller loaf pan. It specifically does say loaf pan though. The other possibility is that I killed a chunk of my yeast with the water that was too hot when I originally made the dough. And if that's the case, this is the best result I possibly could have gotten out of this. Given that, I am happy. It's kind of a success. Both of these loaves are completely edible and delicious, unlike the completely horrible overbaked loaf from a couple days ago. But it's not exactly what I have in mind. I might just make the same amount of dough again, and instead of cutting it in half, just doing the whole thing and making a bread that's like this height.